Okay, for the continuation of our lesson, let's have the lesson 4 sentences. So, ma'am, why are you going to teach this to us? Because it's part of your summative. Kaya kailangan ko siyang ihabol. And next Monday, although may meeting pa tayo, meron pa tayong meeting, gusto ko na may paliwanag na rin sa inyo so that by next Monday, 28, ano na lang tayo, review, 'di ba? Examples. So, mga anak nga pala, kung hindi namin maibabalik sa inyo yung mga gawa nyo, halimbawa, nagkaroon ng problem na hindi namin maibalik dahil hindi pa namin tapos checkan. Kasi para lang malaman nyo na nasa 300 lahat yung checkan namin, magbibigay kami ng reviewer. Maliwanag? So, pwedeng mag-screenshot kami sa mga cellphone, as mag-picture, mag-send kami ng document, tapos yun yung reviewer nyo. So, magbibigay pa rin kami, lalo sa mga naka-modular, yung hindi makapag-download ng soft copy. Magta-try kami or baka mag-post na lang ng reviewer, ha? So, pakiintindi. Pero syempre, gagawin pa rin namin yung best namin para ma-checkan at maibalik yung mga papel nyo. Okay, so now let's discuss about sentences. So, we have this what we called objectives, no? The first one, identify the meaning of a sentence. So, ano bang meaning ng sentence? Differentiate the types of sentence according to purpose. Actually, mga anak, wag kayo malilito, ha? We have two sets kasi. The first one, the types of sentence according to purpose, and the second one, the types of sentence according to structure. So, magkaiba yon. Okay? In types of sentence according to purpose, yung gamit ng mga pangungusap. Okay? So, let's say, for example, declarative, interrogative, diba? Exclamatory, and then imperative. While yung sentence according to structure naman, yun yung tinatawag nating complex sentence, 'di ba? Simple sentence, yun. Okay? So, malalaman natin yun for the next meeting. And lastly, we have construct an essay containing different types of sentence. So, in this lesson, so in this topic, as your or for your transfer or for your work, you're going to have an essay construction or an essay writing. Okay, so now let's have first the idea. What is a sentence? Sige nga mga anak, on your own words, how do we define a sentence? Before we proceed with with its meaning, ano ba yung sentence mga anak? Ano yung alam nyo? Pag sinabing pangungusap, ano yung alam nyo? Sige nga, ang tagal naman, mauubos oras natin. Ha, mga anak. Sige, Bidan, Angelo, anak.
Sentence is always starts with a big letter and ends with a period.
Okay, very good. So now, a sentence always starts with a big letter or what we call capital letter. It always begins with capital letter and ends with a period. So it's correct. But in this lesson, we will know that a sentence does not only ends with a period. You will know that even though it ends with a question mark, it ends with exclamation point, they are also considered as sentence. Sa Tagalog, ang sentence hindi lang sa period. But your answer is correct, but in this lesson, magkakaroon tayo ng additional. Okay? So now, according to its definition, sige, nakalagay dyan, a sentence is a group of words usually containing a verb that expresses a thought, yan mga anak, that expresses a thought in a form of statement, question, instruction, or exclamation and starts with a capital letter when written. Ang haba ng definition. So, ito lang tatandaan nyo. A sentence always begins with capital letter. Okay, sometimes we use or a sentence can be a statement, okay? Can be an instruction, and can be a question and exclamation. So always remember na it starts with a capital letter. Sige, later on we will discuss more about the sentence. So in simple simple terms, a sentence is a set of words that contain a subject and a predicate. Okay, so these are okay, so subject and predicate are the are the building blocks of a sentence. So a sentence cannot be a sentence if it does not have subject and predicate. Maliwanag? Kailangan sa isang sentence ay may tawag dito, kailangan sa isang sentence, there must be a subject and there must be a predicate. Sige, now class, do you have any idea what do we mean by subject? Ano ba yung subject? English, ma'am. No. What's subject in sentence? What do you mean by the subject? Sige nga. Aside from Angelo, si Angelo lang estudyante ko. Sige nga.
Sino po yung pinag-uusapan?
Si Alexel ba yon? Taas sabi muna kasi ng kamay. O sige, Winchell. In English, how do you translate that? A subject means what? Winchell. Si Winchell.
Pinag-uusapan po.
Ano nga kung English nun? Always complete your answer, mga anak. A subject is... Oh, ano? Kevin, sige. Kevin Karanglan.
Subject is what the sentence is about, the topic of the sentence.
Okay, very good. So, when we say subject, it is the topic. Kaya nga siya subject. Let's say, for example, di ba, compare it. Di ba, ang subject, pag sinabing English, anong topic mo? Di English. So, when you say subject, it talks about the topic. Okay? What is the main idea? Sino yung pinag-uusapan? That is the subject in a sentence. And when we say predicate, it describes the subject. Okay? It describes the topic in the sentence. Okay, take a look at this. Sige, according to this, when we say subject, it is the main idea or the topic of the sentence. It is also the doer of the action. So what do you mean by that? When you say doer of the action, siya yung gumagawa ng kilos. Okay? Always remember that when we say subject, it is the doer. When you say doer, gumagawa, kumikilos sa pangungusap. Do you understand? So, now, we also have the definition for the predicate. Sige, tignan natin. According to that, a predicate describes the subject. So, usually, a predicate is a verb, but sometimes a predicate is an adjective. As long as it describes the subject, it is called predicate. Do you understand? Okay, let's say for example, the boy is running. Oh, again, the sentence, the boy is running. What is the subject? Sige nga. Or who is the subject? Sino bang pinag-uusapan doon?
Yung boy po, ma'am.
Okay, so the subject is
The boy.
Okay, very good. The subject is the boy. Now, what is the predicate? Ano daw yung ginagawa ng boy? What is the predicate? Jekami.
Running.
Okay, so the boy is running. Maghintay kayo ng bago kayo sumagot-sagot, nagkakagulo tayo eh. Okay, so gusto ko naman yung active kayo na walang masama. Kaya lang mahirap baka kasi naglalag sa iba kapag sabay-sabay tayo nagsasalita. So po pwede namang mag-recite ng isa-isa lang. Okay? Sige, so when we say predicate, the boy is running is what we call predicate because it describes the subject or it describes what the boy is doing. When you say subject, it is the doer of the action. The action is running. Who is running? The boy. So did you get what I'm trying to say? That is what we call subject and predicate. So now class, take a look at this example. You speak English. That is the sentence. You speak English. Now, what is the subject? Sinong pinag-uusapan? Anyone?
You.
Very good, very good. Sige.
You.
The subject is you. Bakit hindi kaya si English yung subject? I mean, bakit yung word na English, bakit hindi siya yung subject? Sige nga, anyone? Why the term English is not considered a subject? Because what? Sino bang nagsasalita ng English? Yung English. Do you get me, class? No. So basically, it is not the subject because it is not the doer of the action. And what is the action? The action is speak, salita. So, sino ang nagsasalita? Yung you o si English? So, the action is speak. The doer of the action is you, not the English. I hope I'm clear. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes
So,
po.
thumbs up na lang para nakikita ko sa camera kung naiintindihan or natutulala kayo dyan, ha? So, okay naman. Tuloy-tuloy tayo, ha? So, again, tatandaan nyo, wag kayo, kasi sa exam nyo may ganito. Sa summative nyo, naglagay ako ng ganito. Halimbawa, nagbigay ako ng sentence. You are going to analyze what is the verb, what is the subject, may ganon. Kaya you need to ask yourself, alam nyo, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip, mga anak. Paano kayo magsasagot? Paano nyo uintindihin? Kung nahihirapan kayo umintindi ng English, mga anak, Tagalogin nyo muna yung sentence. The boy is running. Kunyari nabasa mo, the boy is running. Tagalogin mo muna siya. Ang bata ay tumatakbo. Sino yung tumatakbo? O di alam mo na, the boy. Did you get what I'm trying to say? In order for you to answer an English lesson or in order for you to easily comprehend the English word or English sentence, you need first to understand it in Filipino. Kasi kaya akala nyo hindi nyo siya maintindihan kasi English, but deep inside, you know the meaning. Hindi mo lang siya inuunawa kasi nape-pressure yung utak mo na English to, hindi ko to kaya. English to, hindi ko maintindihan. But if you are going to not pressure yourself, huwag mo i-pressure yung sarili mo, chill ka lang, intindihin mo lang siya, mauunawaan nyo. Do you understand it? Okay, so next one, let's proceed, no? Ayan. So the subject is you, while the predicate is speak English. Okay? But if I am referring to simple predicate, ang sagot lang, speak. Maliwanag. Okay, so now, the above example sentence is very short. Maikli lang daw yan. Of course, a sentence can be longer and more complicated, but basically, there is always a subject and predicate. Sige nga, take a look. So, yan, we have a longer sentence. Sige, please read the longer sentence, Alex Nathan Arpon. Please read the longer sentence.
Ram and Tara speak English when they are working.
Okay, very good. Ram and Tara speak English when they are working. Sige. Now, my question will be, who are the subjects with S? Because basically, we are referring to two persons. Tama? We are referring to two persons. So, my question is, who are the subjects? Sige nga, I want you to answer. Ako magtatawag, huwag kayong magsasagot dyan. Telly, Corbita, Crystal.
It's Sam and Tara.
Okay, very good. So now, class, in this case, mga anak, we have Ram and Tara. They are the subjects, while the predicate will be, anong predicate? Anong ginagawa daw ni Ram and Tara? They are hindi working, but Ram and Tara speak English. So the predicate is still speak English. Pero kapag sinama mo to, ang tawag dyan, complete predicate na yan. Lahat yan predicate. Maliwanag? The single underline, okay, are the subjects, while the double underline are the predicate. Okay, but this will be your simple predicate. So, naiintindihan ba? Maliwanag ba? Maliwanag?
Opo.
Kahit ilan pa sila, basta parehas nilang ginagawa yung action, automatically they are called subjects. Okay? So now, note, the predicate always contains a verb. Sometimes, in fact, the predicate is only a verb. Sabi dito, ang predicate daw ay verb, action, kilos. Pero minsan, okay, ang predicate daw may verb. Pero minsan ang predicate or yung verb, yun na mismo yung predicate. So what does it mean? Sige, let's say for example, the example sentence, smoke rises. Now, in this case, yung usok daw ay pataas or umaangat yung usok. Okay, now, what is the subject? Anyone? What's the subject?
Smoke.
Okay, very good.
Smoke.
Your subject or the subject in this sentence is smoke. And what is the action of the smoke?
Rises.
Good. Rises. So, smoke rises is considered a sentence because it expresses a complete thought. Tama? Di ba, pag sentence daw, yung maliwanag sa'yo. Yung maliwanag sa'yo yung meaning. Okay, let's say for example, the little boy. Sige nga. The example is the little boy. Is that a sentence? Is that a sentence? The little boy.
No.
No. Bakit?
Ipo.
Because it is not expressing a complete thought. Sa Tagalog, ang maliit na bata. Sentence ba yon? Of course, it's not. Because it is not a complete thought. Hindi buo yung nais iparating. The sentence is not complete or there is something missing. 'Di ba? Anong missing? Anong missing? Sige nga, ano yung nawawala? Bakit hindi siya sentence? There is no
Predicate.
There's
no
Very good, very good. There is no predicate, walang kilos. 'Di ba? The little boy. Oh, what is the description or what is the action that the boy is doing? Is there any present verb in the sentence? Of course, we don't have. So it's called as incomplete sentence or sa Tagalog fragment. Sorry, sa English fragment. Okay? Now, paano pag dinagdagan natin? The little boy is eating. Is it already a sentence or is it already a complete sentence? Yes.
Opo.
Yes, very good. Complete sentence na siya because there is already an action doing by the little boy. Maliwanag? Maliwanag? Okay, sige. So now we have four types of sentences. The first one is declarative. Second one, imperative. Third one, interrogative. And fourth one, exclamatory. So this is what we call types of sentences according to purpose. We have different purpose in saying something, right? Tayo, halimbawa tayo nagsasalita, we have different purpose kung bakit natin sinasabi yon. Pwedeng nagtatanong ako, pwedeng nagsasalita ako, pwedeng nagbibigay ako ng opinion. So, meron tayong iba-ibang way, okay? The first one, according to this, and there are only 3 punctuation marks with which to end a sentence. So, remember, we only have 3 punctuation marks. If a sentence or if a word or group of words does not end with a period, with a question mark, or with exclamation point, automatically it's not a sentence. Halimbawa, nag-end siya sa comma, it's not a sentence. Halimbawa, nag-end siya sa hyphen, it's not a sentence. Halimbawa, nag-end siya sa colon, sa dalawang tuldok, sentence ba yon? It's not a sentence. So, one clue for you to be able to know that if it is a sentence is that there must be a punctuation marks, which are period, question mark, and exclamation point. Okay? So now, what is declarative? So from the term itself, declarative, declare, deklara, nagdedeklara ka. So a declarative sentence simply makes a statement or expresses an opinion. So in other words, it makes a declaration. So this kind of sentence ends with a period. Okay? So take a look at the example. I want to be a good writer. So in this case, you are just sharing your thoughts. Okay? You are just making a statement. So it ends with the period. You are not asking question. You are not shouting. You are not giving command because you are just making a simple statement. Okay, so that is a declarative sentence. Next one, we have expresses an opinion. For example, my friend is really a good writer. So for you, your friend is a good writer. So you're expressing opinion. Are you questioning? Are you questioning yourself? Okay, so not. So basically, it is a declarative sentence. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, share mo lang. Kapag yung mga sarili mong opinion sa buhay, it is just a declarative sentence. May mahirap ba doon? Sige, give me a thumbs up if you are still listening. Give me a thumbs up if you're still listening, or if my explanation is clear. Okay, sige. Next one, we have the imperative. So, ma'am, what is the difference between imperative and declarative? Actually, they are both end with a period, but sometimes an imperative ends with an exclamation point. So, according to this, sige nga, wag na nga basahin. An imperative sentence gives a command or makes a request. So, the difference between declarative and imperative is declarative is you are just stating your opinion and statement, while the imperative is making command. Okay, parang ganito lang yan. Sa Tagalog, ito yung tinatawag nating pautos at pasalaysay. Declarative, nagsasalaysay ka lang, nagkukwento ka lang. You are just narrating. But in imperative, you are asking a command or you are giving a command to other person, inuutusan mo siya, and at the same time, you are making a request. So anyone who would like to explain how command and request are different? Papaanong naging magkaiba ang command at request? In what term are they different? Sige nga. Kapag request, anong ginagamit natin? Kapag command, anong ginagamit natin? Sige nga, anyone? Sige, Bidan.
The difference between command and request po, ma'am, is the the request is he is asking something to do, and then command he was commanding someone to do what they want to do.
Okay, sige anak. I'll ask you. What is present or what is present in a request that is not present to a command? Sa paanong paraan sila naging magkaiba? Pag request, in what way natin siya sinasabi? Sige nga, everyone.
In request po, ma'am, the way that they say is pleasing po, ma'am.
Pleasing, or in other term, your answer is correct, or in other term, when you say pleasing, polite. Diba? Always remember that a command cannot be done politely. Hindi mo siya sinasabi ng magalang kasi nga nag-uutos ka. 'Di ba? Unlike requests, if you are asking for a favor to other person, if you are asking a request to other person, you are saying it to them politely. Tama? O, halimbawa, kindly bring my bag. Kindly bring this to Miss ganyan, to Miss Bremen. Do you get me? So, you are using please, you are using kindly, because you are just asking a favor. Naiintindihan? When you say command, more on authority. When you say command, more on, halimbawa ako, mas matanda ako sa inyo, inuutusan kita. That is a command. Okay, let's say for example, okay, sit properly. Oh, yun yun. Yun yung command. Do you understand? Turn on the page, turn on your book on page 90. Oh, in that case, I'm asking you, I'm commanding you to do something. 'Di ba? So please write, halimbawa sinabi ko, okay class, please write this on your notes. That's a request because I am telling it to you politely. Maliwanag. Look at the example. Kapag pautos at pakiusap, yun yung tinatawag nating pautos at pakiusap, it's called imperative sentence. Okay? So, now, teka lang. Okay, so, next one, look at the example, di ba? Nakalagay dyan. Ay, nawala. Nakikita niyo ba yung nasa screen? Ayan. Halimbawa, please sit down. Yung please sit down, it's a request. Kaya I use please. But, in the second example, I need you to sit down now. That's already a command. Because I did not use a polite word. Do you understand? Okay, sige, dalawa na lang. And then we are going to end our discussion. The third one, we have interrogative sentence. This is very easy. If it ends with the question mark, automatically it's interrogative. It's interrogative. Okay, so what do you mean by interrogative? So, from the term itself, interrogate. Halimbawa, the term interrogate. Ano ba meaning ng interrogate? Ini-interrogate ka. Ibig sabihin, no, nasa pulis ka, ini-interrogate ka, tinatanong ka nila. Diba? So, when you say interrogative sentence or interrogative sentence, it asks a question. And this type of sentence often begins with WH questions. So what are the usual WH questions? Who, what, where, when, why, how? Oh, if the question or if the sentence begins with WH question, automatically it's interrogative. Walang nakikiusap na nagtatanong. 'Di ba? Walang nagbibigay ng opinion na patanong. Kasi if you're asking question, you are not sure. Do you understand? Or if you're asking question, you want to know something. You want to know or you want to get an information. Kaya ka nagtatanong. Okay? So now, let's say for example, when are you going to turn in your writing assignment? Kailan ka daw ba gagawa ng ganong assignment mo? For example, what is your name? So, if I'm asking question, what kind of sentence is that? Interrogative sentence. Hala ma'am, ang tanong pala ay pangungusap din. Opo. Baka akala nyo ang sentence ay nag-end lang sa period. No. A sentence also ends with a question mark. Do you understand? Okay? And lastly, do you know what the weather will be tomorrow? Di ba nagtatanong ka? Ma'am, hindi naman WH question yan eh. Okay lang. As long as you're asking question, it's still interrogative. Maliwanag. Maliwanag ba? Okay, and lastly, ito yung isa, pinakamadali din to. Bakit? Kasi, an exclamatory sentence from the term exclaim, exclamatory, exclamation. Automatically, this sentence expresses great emotions such as excitement, surprise, happiness, anger, and ends with an exclamation point. If you are expressing, naka-braces, sorry. If you are expressing too much emotion in a certain dialogue, automatically what you are saying is an exclamatory sentence. Diba? Let's say for example, according to the example below, okay, nakalagay dyan, it is too dangerous to climb that mountain. Diba? So, para siyang na-excite na pinagsasabihan niya yung kung sino man yung kausap niya na, dapat hindi ka pumunta dyan, delikado yan. Diba? You are expressing too much, you are expressing your opinion too much and ends with an exclamation point. Diba? And last one, I got an A on my book report. So, you are surprised that you've received a high grade. Diba? Yung tuwan-tuwa ka, napatalong ka talaga nung nalaman mo yun. Diba? So, that is exclamatory sentence. So, now again, what are the 4 types of sentence? The first one, D. Ganito yan. D-I-I-E. Die. Pero dalawa yung I. Declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. So, 4 yan. Okay? So, tandaan, declarative ends with a period. Walang iba. Imperative ends with a period and exclamation. Interrogative ends with a question mark. Patanong, interrogate. And exclamatory from the term exclamatory ends with exclamation point. Clear? Clear? Clear ba? Clear
Opo,
ba?
ma'am.
May tanong.
Opo, ma'am.
Maliwanag pa sa buwan yung explanation ko. If ever na you want to review, I'll upload this video on YouTube. You can browse it. You can still listen to it para ma-recall kayo kapag gusto nyong mag-review. Maliwanag. So, wala nang tanong. It's already 9:05. Pwede na natin i-end. Questions? None. Wala akong pinasasagutan sa sentence ha. So, ang sasagutan nyo lang yung kaninang pinaliwanag ko sa genre. But sentence, wala. Chill lang kayo dyan. Okay? Clear tayo doon ha? Questions? Wala na. So, I hope you learned a lot for this session. And please, kung ano man yung subject na kasunod ko, kung Filipino yan, hintayin yung announcement ni Mama Tito kung may papagawa sa inyo o wala. At kailangan kung 8 to 5 yung klase natin. 8 to 5, kahit pa paano ay you are active. You are doing your task. Even if you're at home. Maliwanag? So, questions, wala na. Okay na. Sige, huwag kayo mahiya. Baka may gusto kayo itanong. Wala na ba? Sure kayo? Wala na. Okay, sige. So if you don't have question, I'll end this meeting. For more announcements, I'll just announce it during our homeroom on Thursday 4 to 5. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye po.
Bye-bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye
ma'am.
po.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye po.
Bye po.
Bye-bye.